Wherever the people stand to fight in defense of our Mother Earth, to fight this war, to protect our mother, these efforts need to be acknowledged, they need to be recognized, and they need to be supported by all people. First time I ever met Captain Paul Watson was last summer at a Sierra Club of Canada's annual general meeting, something like that. Anyways, he was a speaker there, we were speaking also, and when I heard his story, when I heard him telling his story, of course, anybody that hears his story, they're going to be touched, they're going to feel almost what he must have felt when he was embarking on this incredible journey he's been on. Or I sensed that this man here was carrying the spirit of the Turtle Clan. And I didn't say this to anybody, but I spoke to my father and I says that afterwards we got to get this guy outside and we have to perform a ceremony for him. And we have to acknowledge the individual. Because so often in this world, all the good work that the people do go unnoticed, goes unacknowledged. What is being done here is the first step. The first step is being made in creating an alliance between people. Not Canadians, not Mohawks, not Americans or English people or French people. We're talking about an alliance between people of our Mother Earth. An alliance of people who recognize and acknowledge that we are all brothers and sisters on this planet, and that whatever we do to this planet, whatever we do to every person on this planet is going to happen ultimately to us. So we're not acknowledging, or we're not trying to promote the Mohawk Nation. We're not trying to promote even the Sea Shepherd. We're trying to promote and try to bring in to the public awareness, a heightened sense of the actual state of emergency that our Mother Earth is in. You with this, the women and the children are going to present you with these flags because just so that everybody knows the whole idea behind what we're doing or what is happening here, it's not my idea, it's not any man's idea. This idea comes from within the women of the Longhouse. This whole action, this whole motion comes not just as it being their idea, but it comes from the authority of the women. For those of you who may not be aware that the authority of everything within the Five Nations Confederacy comes from within the female entity. So these are the flags that we offer you to fly on the Farley Mowat and also on your father's ship, Robert Hunt. So these are the flags that we offer you. We made them special. They're double long, double in length, and double in height so that the whole world can see what we have done, what we are doing to work together.
We put all our respect and our powers and all our protection into this shirt so that when you wear it and that when you speak for the whales and for the world and for yourself and for when you pass this message of saving Mother Earth, that you're protected from harm, and this is what we present to you. And this is the people of the Longhouse shirt, and a mother whale and a baby whale, and on the back is the flag flying, and with the great tree of peace, with the eagle on top, and the roots with a weapon of war buried underneath its roots to symbolize that we're all supposed to be in the mind of peace. And this is the Wolf Clan, the Bear Clan, and the Turtle Clan. And these are symbols of the clans that represent the Mohawk Nation. And of course, we chose the color blue and ocean theme because it reminded us of where you sit. You know, you sit on the ocean. You know, and we present this to you because we love you and we respect you, and we hope that you do more great work for many, many years to come. So.
We had no idea where this vessel was. Somewhere between the northern coast of Portugal and halfway down the coast of Africa. It had to be in that area somewhere. So we decided to start at the top, work our way down. So 13 days after leaving Boston, we stopped in the Azores and then carried on towards the northern coast of Portugal. Then I stopped the ship, and the reason I stopped the ship was about 200 leatherback turtles were passing the vessel, and I didn't want to run them down. And they were right there in front of us. It was like a whole sea of little black dots on the surface as they were coming this, and it was very unusual. I've never before and never have since seen such a sight like that. And so we spent the day diving into the water and swimming with these leatherbacks and just having a great time with them, and never really thought anything about it other than that it was a very unusual sight. And then we started up 12 hours later towards looking for the Sierra. And exactly 12 hours after that, at noon the next day, I saw a ship. And it was at the distance, and somebody said, "That looks like a whaling ship." And I'm saying to myself, what are the possibilities of finding the ship you're looking for by going straight to it without even searching? It just seemed impossible. And it was going south, we were going east. If the turtles had not stopped us for the time that they had stopped us, the chances of us transecting that line would have been, it wouldn't have happened. They delayed us just the right amount of time to find that vessel. And we found it, chased it. The seas were very rough. My objective, and I told them right this from the beginning, was to destroy it. But I had to do it without hurting anybody, and in rough seas that's very difficult. So we ended up chasing it for 200 miles into the Portuguese port of Leixões in northern Portugal. Now I had a problem. I had the ship there, they didn't know what to do, and I had to clear entry into the port. And then I found out the Sierra was going to leave again, and so I had to leave, but I had to do it without clearance. So I called my crew on board. There were 20 of us all together. And I said, "Look, I can't say you're not going to be injured in this competition, but I can guarantee you with complete certainty you're going to prison if you come with me. Because we're going to go out and we're going to ram that ship right in that harbor right now. So you've got 10 minutes to decide whether you're a part of the crew or not part of the crew." 10 minutes later, 17 of them were on the dock. Fortunately, the 2 that stayed with me were engineers. So we got the ship started, the 3 of us, we headed out across the bay, straight for the Sierra at full speed. I hit it on the bow and damaged its harpoon, giving them a warning blow. Came around the stern and at full speed, slammed into them at an angle in the midship and split them open to the waterline. Then we made our escape, but we were very shortly thereafter chased by the Portuguese Navy, who then ordered me back into port. I was then brought before the port captain and charged with gross criminal negligence. And when I pointed out to the port captain that there wasn't anything negligent about what I did, we hit them exactly where we intended to hit them. And then he said, "Yeah, well, that's a problem. The other problem is I can't figure out who owns this ship, and until I figure out who owns the Sierra, you're free to go." And I walked out the door. Well, one of my crew members met me who had got off the day before, and he said, "Well, if I knew you were going to get away with it, I would have been there too." And what I told him then is what I believe now, is that sometimes, many times, you have to go into these things knowing there is no way out. And it's amazing how many times a way out suddenly appears after you've committed yourself. So courage is its own reward in that respect. And it also indicates, too, the incredible alliance that the conservation environmental movement and Native communities have achieved over the last generation, and one which can, I hope, only grow stronger. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you for this beautiful shirt, and thank you for the flags for our ships. Thank you.